Stephen has used his voice, that he hasn't backed down.
It's a shame that they let him go. They caved.
He's somebody who's been speaking out for a long time. He's a good man.
Colbert will find a home.
Colbert is coming to an end. What's your greatest moment of being on the show?
Well, I've had some really nice times with Stephen. He asked me to do a pre-tape thing once where I played some sort of witch. That was really fun. Nobody has his unique sense of humor. I love how he supports the Broadway community. He's a really special guy, and his style of humor and the Ed Sullivan Theater will be missed. I'm sorry to see it go.
Brilliant. Have fun out there tonight,
Cheers,
man. Good seeing you.
Thank you.
Well, I spent working on the foundation.
The host tonight is Stephen Colbert.
Yeah,
You were the first guest on Colbert.
that's right.
His run is coming to an end. Tell me about his legacy.
Well, that's an interesting thing because he's somebody who's been speaking out for a long time. He's a good man, and he's a decent man. And I'm excited about this next chapter in his life because he's done really extraordinary work.
Late night veteran yourself. We're going to see the end of Colbert. Tell me about what his legacy meant.
Stephen Colbert, for the last 15 years has meant, something amazing to late night. Not only to late night, but just the whole idea of just freedom and speaking truth to power and saying exactly what you feel, regardless of consequence. My heart goes out to Colbert and the writers because I really do feel like they got a raw deal, and I'm hoping that whatever Stephen Colbert does next, it will be just as loud and more impactful, because I think what we've learned, especially with the attempted Jimmy Kimmel cancellation, is that by this current administration trying to cancel voices, you only give them more reach.
Yeah.
So I am excited to see where Stephen Colbert reaches next.
Did you guys cross paths at a Comedy Central?
No, I didn't cross paths with Colbert. By the time I got to Daily Show, Trevor was already in place. Colbert Report was already in place. He was gone and taking over for Letterman. But I was honored to be a guest on Colbert's show 2 or 3 times during my time at the Daily Show. Always been kind. There is an unspoken fraternity to the Daily Show that's very akin to SNL that people just aren't as vocal about, but it's definitely there, and I'm thankful to be a part of that fraternity and be able to rub shoulders with Mr. Colbert when I can.
That's brilliant, man. Always a pleasure, sir. Thanks
Yes,
for
sir.
seeing
Thank
you. The legacy of Stephen Colbert, which ends tomorrow.
Yeah.
Both of you, what do you feel that he has brought to late night and to commentary?
He's great, and he brought. It's a shame that he's leaving, and it's a shame that they let him go. That they caved. Bad move.
Going after artists is a sign that other things are to come. And so the fact that artists use their voices, that Stephen has used his voice, that he hasn't backed down, that Bob uses his, and Springsteen, Bono, Jane Fonda, so many others that speak out. Sometimes people listen to the voice of the artist, the comedians, more than they listen to others. And somebody's got to be the truth teller.
They listen and they know you're right, but they got to find the courage to stand up.
And if you don't mind turning towards me, sir, if you don't mind turning towards me.
Well, I always felt when I got the chance to be on Stephen Colbert that I was on one of the most influential and one of the shows with the most integrity. And this person, Colbert, is like someone who I feel like is not only intelligent but had like authenticity to him. He has authenticity. It just was like yo, you're in a place where it's like values, like it's values in that on the Colbert Show. So I was honored to be on there. I was grateful to get to perform, and his story is still going. Like, you know, maybe this is the end of the Colbert Show, but I mean, as we know, he's about to be writing some things, some scripts, and you know, for the right ones, when one door closes, another one opens, new things open. So that's what we hoping and knowing that's happening for Colbert.
Oh, brother. I mean, I feel like the easy thing to reach for is how sad and upsetting and infuriating it is, but it's so wonderful to look at a body of work like that and what he's given to the world, and especially what he's giving to the world in this last season. It's been a gift to behold it. I'm so proud of him. I'm so glad that we're, you know, on the earth at the same time. I'm excited for what's next.
Lord of the Rings, big thing. Tonight, one of your special guests, Stephen Colbert, huge Rings fan and a writer on Shadow of the Past.
Yeah.
What did his legacy mean to you as a talk show host and not as the next writer of Lord of the Rings?
He's been a phenomenal a commentarian and a wonderful human being with a very open spirit, and I think he's a great comedian, and I think he's going to be sorely missed. He's just been someone who questions in the same way that Orwell questions. You know, it's all about not just accepting, but and blindly following. This is a man who has his own vision, like Orwell. Jokingly.
So this is Pikachu.
Oh, she's lovely.
He was funny and he was classy, and often you're one or the other. But you felt on that show that you were going to be funny and he was going to be thoughtful, and I'm sure whatever he does next, he's going to bring that same balance. Everything he's ever done has been that, but that was really a beautiful legacy he created over there.
Brilliant, man. Always a pleasure. Great to see you.
Now, what's interesting, Colbert used it a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Made fun of it. He's come to an end. What are your thoughts on Colbert and his legacy and the fact that he had used it wasn't me in the ways that he did?
Colbert will find a home, as all of these guys that have such a great following. They're going to find a home. It'd be stupid for him not to, and that home is going to give him a lot more freedom than he ever had on television, you know. And we're in a time where freedom is important. That is the freedom is that point of whether you're successful or not, you know. And you're gonna see a lot more of that.